All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, Bahashem, meaning in the name, Yahweh Shai, meaning He is our salvation, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus a so-called black man. Founder of the WEF, Klaus Schwab, is stepping down. Founder of the WEF, Klaus Schwab, is stepping down. Okay? This is in light of the, recent news that the founder of, the WEF is stepping down. Okay? Now this says by January 2025, Schwab will change role from executive chairman to chairman of the board of trustees. The spokesperson said it was initially unclear who would take over Schwab's duties. The change is expected to take place before the next edition of the WEF's annual flagship meeting in January. So we have the founder, of this World Economic Forum, he's stepping down, okay? He's no longer going to be calling the shots per se, okay? He's no longer going to be the face of this, forum, okay? He's going to step down to a lesser role and take on the chairman of the board of trustees, all right? Now let's see what a board of trustees is. Board of Trustees. A board of directors is an executive committee that supervises the activities of a business, a nonprofit organization, or a government agency. So he's going to, he's going to deal with the day-to-day, task, okay? He's going to sit on the board of the trustees along with the rest of the committee, okay? So he's no longer going to be the face of the forum, but he's going to step down to a lesser role as a board of a trustee, as a chairman of the board of the trustee. Okay, so you may not see his face plastered throughout the news articles and on these meetings that they have in Davos as much as you have in the past, okay? And why? The pressure's getting to him, okay? The pressure is getting to him, and he has been exposed. And they telling him that it would be probably best for you to step down so that we don't have to keep, having this pressure applied to us. But no matter who it is, this pressure is still going to get applied to them, okay? So if he want to step down and, relinquish his executive chairman position to a lesser board of trustee chairman, hey, he's still gonna get this work, man, okay? Because this truth's gonna go out no matter what, okay? No matter who you put in that position, all right? And another thing is he could be stepping down to get everything in order, get all his affairs in order, because he knows something is coming. He knows something is coming by 2025. Okay, so we don't know what the move is signifying, other than something is coming, something is on its way. Okay. Now it says, what is the role of a board of trustees? A board of trustees is a group of individuals either appointed or elected to manage and govern the assets of an endowment, charitable foundation, trust, or a non-profit organization. Okay, so he's going to be the chairman of this board of trustees, all right? So he's going to look over the day-to-day operations, but not be seen as much as he was in the past, okay? And why? Because he's being exposed to the point that it could be taking a toll on him, or he's being exposed to the point where he could be getting ready to pull the plug and give the green light to allow whatever it is that's going to take place to bring forth that mark to get ready to take place, okay? however it goes down, we got to stay in this truth. We got to stay, alert and attentive, okay? So let's go back to Klaus Schwab stepping down, okay? Now, there's one article that I was able to extrapolate and read a little bit about on, because the rest of the articles you have to, pay for it, and they don't give you nothing but a few lines. But this, article on this website was able to give you a little bit more, in depth. So this is the website Semaphore, and it says World Economic Forum founder Klaus Schwab steps back from executive post. Okay, it says the scoop. World Economic Forum founder and executive chairman Klaus Schwab will be stepping back from his role running the global gathering since he founded in 1971. Right, so, he's going to step down, you could say, to a lesser position, but he's still going to be in some capacity, some way, he's still going to hold some type of authority. So he's still going to be calling shots, although it may not be in the public, for the optics, but he's still going to be calling shots, or part of calling shots behind closed doors, okay? So it says, Schwab announced his intentions in an email to staff on Tuesday that was shared with Semaphore by a person connected to the organization. He will be stepping down as executive chairman and transitioning to a role as non-executive chairman. He said, adding the change in his role is pending approval by the Swiss government. Okay? So we all know, something major is about to take place. Something's about to go down, around or before 2025. And it's no coincidence that a lot of stuff is taking place in the year of an election. Speaking of, an American election here in America, with a rematch between Trump and Biden, okay? So we don't know how these things are going to play out, but we can be for sure that when they do, it's going to have a profound impact on the economy, okay? And we know what Klaus Schwab speaks of, okay? We know what he entails, all right? He entails of, tyranny, complete government, authority over his people. You will, what was his quote? He said, you will own nothing and love it. So we already know exactly what type of mindset that he has and what he represents. So it says, Schwab announced his intentions in an email to staff on Tuesday that was shared with Semaphore by a person connected to the organization. He will be stepping down as executive chairman and transitioning to a role as non-executive chairman. He said adding the change in his role is pending approval by the Swiss government. Okay, showing you that they in bed with the government, man. Not just the Swiss government, but governments throughout the whole, throughout the whole earth. Okay. It says in a statement, a spokesperson for the forum said that the organization is transforming from a convenient platform to the leading global institution for public-private corporations. Right, so they getting ready to convene with public-private corporations, okay? Showing you that they are indeed getting stuff in line for the next phase, okay? Now, whether you can read between the lines or not, that's on you, all right? But you can clearly see that this is enough to make news and to, either provoke some type of reaction or, however it may be, okay? But the thing of it is, you have to be on your P's and Q's, all right? You don't get these types of warnings for nothing or alerts for nothing, okay? They throw dates out there sometimes to throw you off, but sometimes they are dates as well to give you some type of, heads up. So it says the forum governance structure is set to change as a result of that evolution. The spokesperson said in Schwab will transition from executive chairman to chairman of the board of trustees by January 2025. Okay? Now they threw a date out there just to throw people off, all right? So you can expect something to happen by that time, and then it don't happen. Now you looking like, a 10 for a hat, okay? No, we're going to be ready no matter what. And we know the reason why you making moves, and we know the reason why you putting this, type of information out there in the atmosphere, okay? We're going to get that in prophecy. The next paragraph says, Schwab has not named his successor, but said that over the last year, the group's executive board, under the leadership of President Borje Brende, has taken full executive responsibility. Brende is a former Norwegian conservative leader, okay? So, he's stepping down per se, but not actually stepping down, because he's still holding some type of prestigious title in this World Economic Forum, okay? He's still going to be in some way, shape, or form holding some type of capacity on the decisions that's made, even when they transition to this next platform, this private-public corporation. What did they say? Public-private corporation, okay? So, however it goes, he's still going to have some type of say or input into what goes on, okay? It's just that you may not see his face, as much as you have in the past, you may not see his face as much you have in the past when it comes to, things of, spoken of, particularly that mark, okay? So he's stepping down, the pressure's applying to him, and he's a representation of the rest of the, the wicked elite, okay? They feel the pressure too, which is why they getting ready to make their move, okay? Let's get that in scripture. Let's get that, Revelation. I guess we'll start at Psalm 64 and then, see how the Spirit moves. Okay? This is Psalm 64, Salakia. In verse 2, it reads, Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. And that's all they do in these, councils, these forums, they work iniquity, okay? So by him stepping down, it's just solidifying the fact that, they have something in store ready for the mass coming, sooner than you expect, okay? Now they throwing that date, January 25th, January 2025, to give you some type of, gauge to see exactly when this is going to happen. But something could happen before then, or something can happen after then, all right? Because there's so much talk going on right now that you got to be, like I said, you got to be on your P's and Q's, okay? You can't be sleeping in these times right now. This is the wrong time to be out there sleeping, partying, having a good time. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with that, but you also got to be aware and awake and alert, okay? And if you out there partying and having a good time to the point of your, downfall because you're not watching, then, hey, I don't know what to tell you. So it says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words. Right. So this guy, he's been shooting bitter words for so long that now he has to step down, okay? Because now the repercussion of, being exposed has gotten to him, okay? Not saying that for certain, but you can see that he wants to step away from the spotlight, okay? It's proven to be too much for him, okay? Now he's up in age, and he wants to see his, he wants to see his enterprise come to pass, okay? I say his because I'm speaking of, the wicked elite, okay? He's part of that, he's part of that society. It says, they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. Okay, where's the part at? It says, verse 8, so they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. Right. And some of his own kind, his former Edomites has been, putting him out there, in the open and exposing him, okay? So this truth, along with his own kind, has caused him to, want to step down and take a step back and remove himself from, having his face as the face of the, of the forum, okay? So he wants to take a lesser, a lesser to the extent role, all right? Still having a role, but not as much as he has in the past, where you see his face more and more on the World Economic Forum, okay? So he's stepping down, but he's not, stepping away, okay? So this is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. And it says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right. So they, they removing themselves. You're going to see more and more. If it's not him, it's going to be other, talking heads, or should I say, those that are in charge. Okay. You may see big time executive, chief of executive orders of corporations that's consolidating their assets and moving them from, off the American shores to another account. Like you may see, a executive bank branch officer or what have you, who looks like they stepping away or stepping down from that organization, that company, okay? But in actuality, they are just consolidating and moving their assets from one place to another, okay? And this is what they do. When they know something is getting ready to come, they try to hedge their bets and move their, valuable assets from one place to another, okay? So whether it's Klaus Schwab's, or whether it's the owner or executive, of a big time firm or corporation that knows something that's in the coming, they move their assets so that they don't have to take a major hit, okay? And they know something is coming, okay? That's why he's stepping down, okay? Because he don't want to be seen to, be exposed in these times that's coming, okay? Because if what they say is truly getting ready to take place, he's going to receive a lot of flack and a lot of heat, okay? And he want to be as far off the radar as possible. Because why? The devil knows he has but a short time. Now there's talk that there could be an outbreak of that H5N1 coming this summer, okay? The CDC is claiming that, there needs to be a extreme watch or lookout for that H5N1 for this summer, okay? Then on top of that, you have what else? You have talks about a cyber attack on the U.S. drinking water system. So there's so much talk going on coming up leading into January 25th that he knows if he continues to stay in the spotlight that, he's going to continue to get exposed, okay? So what does he does? He takes the next best option and he steps down as the executive chairman, okay? Because in doing so, you don't have to have your face attached to what's getting ready to come, okay? You can move in silence per se, all right? So they know something is coming, all right? Something is in the works, either before or after January 2025, okay? So we have to continue to be circumspect and watch out, okay? And be on the lookout, all right? Because, hey, you don't want to get caught with your, with your old saying is you don't want to get caught with your drawers down. You don't want to get caught with your drawers down because if you do, you're going to be embarrassed, man. So Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. So trust and believe, the devil is getting ready to come down, having great wrath. There's also talks and sparks of the UN troops being here on American soil for just a scenario in case something pops off and they have to lock down this place again. They already have the troops, put in strategic cities throughout the country. So, hey, we don't know what's getting ready to go down, okay? All we can do is sound the alarm and blow the trumpet to warn you, okay? It's up to you to take the heed and take the necessary precautions, okay? If you don't want to believe and chance it as it's just, a smoke screen, then hey, do that by all means necessary. That's your decision. That's your choice. But we throwing it out there that there could be something major coming within the next few months, okay? Either before or after January 2025. So it says, because he knoweth he have but a short time. And he got to move, man. See, you don't understand prophecies, but this devil does. He understands that his time is coming to an end, okay? And he has to bring forth his enterprise and use his enterprise to bring forth his crown jewel, which is that mark, okay? So he's getting ready to make his move, whether you want to accept it or not. This thing is coming. And if you're not ready, you're going to get left behind, okay? So just thought I'd bring that out. Founder of the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, steps down, not away, but he steps down to a lesser role or a lesser position in the forum, but it's still a position of authority, okay? Now this is 1 Peter 5 and verse 8. It reads, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Okay? Now he's getting ready, because we read in Revelation 12, to come down with a great wrath. So he's going to devour his fair keep, his fair share of people. All right? Particularly speaking of the 2/3 here in America, he's going to get them. They're going to get, marked up and ready to go. Okay? He's coming with that great wrath. Make no mistake about it, whether you want to believe it or not. Okay? So to those that have the eyesight, we saying, continue to be sober and be vigilant, because it's coming. Okay? All the signs are showing you. All right? Rumors of wars, earthquakes in diverse places. You just had a tornado that unalived about 7 people in Iowa. You had a thunderstorm that knocked out the power grid in Texas. You have solar storm activities that's getting ready to come at the end of this month again, that could potentially cause a EMP to knock stuff offline. There's so much on the table. You got to be sober and vigilant, okay? You can't be out there half-stepping in these last days, all right? So be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, okay? And with that being said, I pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.